stream has started. Music has started. Let's lower that sound a little bit. Actually, a little higher because I've lowered the sound of my computer when I was doing recordings. Okay, this should be able to go. I'm just going to go ahead and invite some of my friends over. There we go. Is there anyone else I would like to spam? I don't think so. Okay. Good. So here we are, back once again in the 300-year project. Hello, it's Yen. How's the sound on the music? Is it too loud? Is it okay? These are the things that I'm supposed to be working on, and I'm not sure what I want to do today. There's one thing that I would be tempted on taking on, the hungry orb detection point, closest point. Audio is fine, but video is at for some reason. Okay, it's good now. All right, that's fine. Yeah, so I was thinking of fixing the hungry orb so that it doesn't just detect a random point on the object, it detects the closest point to the orb. I'm just not sure if I have the brain for that. I don't feel like I would. Otherwise, grass angle fix, day-night cycle. I could also do some more 3D art. Maybe start out with 3D art, I don't know. Work on house exterior, slime modeling. I could do the slime as well. Oof, indecisive. Very indecisive. Alright, let's take a quick look. I think I'm going to just work on the exterior decoration and stuff for now. If you make the slime, I'll animate it. Oh, you are tempting me in that. Okay, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll start with that. Messing around with the slime. Open a Blender. Find some sort of reference. Slime RPG. Just quickly. Okay, they're all kind of the same and kind of different at the same time. Let me see the main reference. YouTube. 300 years. There we go, she's talking a little bit. Let's poop this over here. Perfect place for it to move over. Oh, here we go, the slimes. Okay, let's take a look at the slimes, how they work in the... So they're essentially just a ball. They're a ball they're very flexible, and they have little faces on them. and their eyes sometimes stick out from their head. So it's like maybe a plane. Maybe it would just be a plane in front of that, just a ball with a plane. That's really easy to model. Maybe I could make different planes for like its eyes, so we can do some, you know, texture swapping and squashing and stuff like that. Okay. I think that's a starting spot. So let's go here. Just gonna go ahead and remove everything. We're going to add ourselves. I'm gonna make sure I can actually see my chat. Here we go. Going to add myself. We could change it in shaders, not with changing planes. For the face, what do you have in mind? Because my like initial idea was that to stick a plane, put a texture on it, but if you have an idea of what to do with shaders, like, by all means, let me know. Cube, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it 1 meter. There you go, that is a meter. Move this up by 0.5 so it's on the ground. A few sprites on a sprite sheet, and you tie it to some kind of variable to change it in shader. Because the slime AI has different states, so you could swap the variable from those states. Okay. But wouldn't we still be at the end swapping the texture, or at least what's being shown on the plane? Doing that? I'm like waiting for an answer, and I'm realizing that there is some time between what I'm saying and what you're hearing. So maybe I shouldn't just be waiting. Yeah, but it would be easier to implement and change later on, I think. Well, maybe. Alright. This is just to give me an idea of what a meter by a meter is. For a cube, let's go ahead and add maybe an ecosphere? Eco mesh? Because it's just all triangles all the time. What about if I put subdivision up to 3? Okay. And radius will be, how big did it look like on the anime? You actually see her getting bumped by one at some point. A slime. There we go. She actually gets bumped in the stomach. No, that's not there. There we go. So it is like about the size of a pectoral muscle. Okay. How big would that be? Like a quarter of a meter? Maybe a quarter of a meter. Let's have 0.25. Yeah, I think that's fine. Ecosphere, this will be slime. We're going to go into editing mode. We're going to select all the faces. And is it mesh? Separate, split, merge, execute, duplicate, normals. I think that's what it is. Flip. Oh no, maybe that was flip normals. Is it shading then? Smooth faces. There we go. And now if I go over here, I could never remember how this works. Auto smooth. at like 45, it stays that way. And then if I go out of this mode, out of editing that is, yeah, we have a circle. We have a proper little circle boy. So that's 0.25. Oh, that's 0.25 in radius. This is actually probably too big. This is half a meter. Oh well, it'll just be big. There's never any problems with rescaling things after the fact, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think this won't bite us in the ass. Now I have to remember which way is considered forward. I think it's this. Let's do a test. Let's do a quick test. Of course not. Yeah, let's do a quick test. So back into edit mode. We're gonna go over to add. Let's add the plane for the face. It'll be like 0.25. Need a tiny plane, and we could probably make the plane down the line to be like kind of circular a little bit, so it almost follows the face and it's not a perfect flat surface. But I think for now all we're gonna do is this, just to test which way is forward. Cube no longer needed. There we go. Cube no longer needed. We're going to go over here, have a little save as, art, raw art. This is going to be slime. Save as. And then we're going to do a little export, FBX. This is raw art. That is not what we want. We want assets, art, 3D, make a new one just for the slime. There we go. Slime FBX, only the mesh please. We don't really need to select object, there's literally only the slime. Right now we won't bake animations, we will apply transform, and alright, let's stick it into the game world and just see which direction it's pointing in, which was the reason I was doing this. Okay, so if I come closer and I click on F, you see F forward is actually this direction. So left of this circle, left of that. So this over here is forward. Okay, sure. Not sure exactly what the logic is there, but I'll take it. So this will be 90 degrees. Let's put ourselves front view. Put this approximately centered. It's probably like a better way to center things than to do it by eye, but I don't care. Give it a little save. Export, FBX, slime, export. And now if we go back into here, it's, the plane is backwards, but it is pointing in the right direction. All right, so let's have a rotation, put that at 180. Once again, save, export, FBX, slime, perfect. And now it is indeed looking in the right direction. Okay. So that's step one, I suppose. We now have a slime. It's looking forward. It has a little faceplate that I'm not convinced about. Let me just take another look at our slimy friend here. I feel like it should almost follow, but not quite. Just be a little bit off. That's my feeling. So let's go back here. And we're going to add a few subdivisions on this. Loop here, loop here, 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 and here. It should be blending a little around the... What's that last word? Deshri? Desherry? And there's like a little... I didn't know you could put an accent over an H like that. It's... Spear. Yeah, that's really weird. Can you do that? No, I have no idea how you manage this. You put an accent on your H. That's amazing. It should be blending a little bit around that sphere. Yeah, that's my thought too. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Select. Okay. Me neither. Alright. No. Let's do this a little bit. Just grab this, move it back just a bit, and then we're also going to select this and I'm wondering if it might be easier to simply just select faces off of here, drag it off, and like modify it a bit. I think it might be. All right. Well, as per tradition, I'm going to go ahead and just attempt to do things over and over in the hopes that it works. Oh my gosh, it's not good. Like it's not straight in any way. This might have been better. Okay, what I can do then... That's why I'm subscribed! Fantastic. Let's roll this way for 90? Okay. All these perks and more you get when you're subscribed to my channel. Get to see me fail over and over, make you feel a little bit better about coding. There you go. Maybe something like that. Maybe this. Then we have the place for the little nibbins on the side and a place for the eyes. Okay, that is not what I meant to do. There we go, that's what I meant to do. And just take it off a little bit. We're just gonna go ahead and like, I was gonna say raise it, but maybe that's not what I want to do. There must be a way to say like, just select these things and then proportional. I think that's what I want. I do want it to have like a little bit of proportional editing fallout. I just don't want it to grab the things underneath, and I think, yeah, it definitely does. Okay, is there something I can do in here? Connected only? There we go. Okay. Something like that? There should be a way to like select how big it is. So I'm gonna pull this out just a little bit, then we're going to lower down the proportional size and drag this out just a little bit more. Oh, I think we're getting there. Make it wider. What do you mean? Like on the sides? Or you mean the proportional thingy that I'm working with? Yes. There were two choices there, it said. No, the sides. Okay. Alright, let's bring this back. This should be part of it now. If we drag it out, yeah. Remove proportional. If we drag it out, yeah, that's good. Gotta love this lag. Yeah, no, it's weird how YouTube does that. Just has this random waiting time when you're streaming, but like in other times when I'm like on Discord or something, there is no lag. It really is just a known feature, I guess. How does this look? Something like this? Wider still, higher? I can make it higher. Maybe I'll make it higher. I'll give an extra like loop of these. There we go. That'll give you a lot of space to do things with the face. I can make it lower as well. Yep, then scale it wider once not part of the sphere. Okay, sure. HD, and I move this off just a little bit as such. Just a little bit up, I think. And scale it wider once not part of the face. Okay. So let's scale it wider once not part of the face as requested. Something like that? Just a little bit or much more? I think it's good. All right. I will, however, do the proportional thing and just drag this up. Something like this is what I'm thinking. I think this is pretty good. And select everything, remove the proportion. I'm going to actually move it a little bit closer. Here we go. So it's off, but it's still very close to it. And we have space up there. Cool. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and save this. I'm gonna go ahead and export to FBX. I just wanna double check that I did make it in the right direction. This one here. Yes, I did. It is looking in the right direction. We're going to go back here for a second. We're going to give him two materials. So first material is going to be slime. And that one I'm going to go ahead and just first off select everything, assign slime to everything, and then I'll just do the faceplate. So add myself a new one, have a little new here, and have face. It's called face. Select all. What? Select all of this. I think I clicked on Shift instead of Control there. Oh no, it's no longer centered. Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, this is a little bit better. All right, so this one is going to have the face assigned to it. Select all of these. And we're just going to go ahead, just going to save it again. Go into UV editing mode. So this is the body. And if I look at the slime, I'm thinking that the body doesn't actually need anything special other than the fact that every triangle is separate, because it's going to be done 100% with shaders. The face, however, is going to need to be like one flat surface. So let's select these, grow, and put ourselves in front-facing mode. Okay, and I should UV project from view as such. So from the front view, it's going to be perfectly on. Okay. All right, let's start with that. Give it a little save. give it a little export, and then we'll start messing around with shaders and textures and stuff. The body needs to be a perfect sphere. It is. The body is a perfect sphere. It's an ecosphere. I haven't changed it in any way. Did you mean with the unwrap? With the UVs? Because this is the default ecosphere. This is how it unwraps by default. Not a perfect sphere. Oh, my bad. The body needs to not be a perfect sphere. I didn't realize. Like, squash it down. Okay. The modeling? Okay, let's go with... I assume you mean the modeling. Cool. So, select everything. And you want me to squash it down. Words are hard, yeah. Something like that? You sure you don't want me to leave it like this, so when it's rigged it can be like squashed and stretched properly? So if he's jumping you can like pull him out and stuff? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna take that as you sure you want it squashed down. Oh, the YouTube lag is real. I think it'll be easier to edit if it's like this. I'm not sure how rigging works in Blender at all, but based off of the, you know, the reference, it looks like it's supposed to be very malleable. So I'll have to, I'm not going to do rigging tonight because I literally have no idea how to do it. But I'd expected I'd be looking up how to do rigging in Blender to make it as malleable as possible, so that it gives you, I guess, as much control as possible. Let's just leave it here. Yeah, okay, keep it spherical, but put the faceplate on a different bone. Okay, that sounds perfectly fine. But I'm not doing the bones tonight. Like I said, I need to look into how to do this because it's been a long time since I've done rigging. I have never done it in Blender. I don't even know where to start. So we're gonna leave it like this for now. I'm just gonna work on the look for tonight. And I'll get back to you for when I've had a moment to like do rigging. Good. Save. Did I export? I can't even remember now. Export. Here we go. We have our slime. It has its face. It has its... And you might want to add soft body in Unity to make it even more bouncy. Soft body in Unity to make it even more bouncy? Okay. Well, we'll look into that. We'll look into that. All right, so let's go ahead and make a material? 2 materials? I guess I'm going to need actual shaders for this. Unlit shader, shader graph, URP, lit shader, unlit shader. I guess these would be lit shaders. They're just more painful to deal with. Let's have slime body. And then we'll have slime face. Create shader graph, URP, lit shader, slime face. And then I'm going to go ahead and create materials out of each. And that should have them linked up to the shaders that I just created. So let's go ahead into the face. I probably should be making these unlit, but oops, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Face. But I just wanted to really quickly go into here and make sure that they're two-sided for the eye plate. Actually, you know what? The eyes should not be lit. Okay. Oops, not game. Face. It's now visible from both sides. Body. It's now it's visible. Okay. I just realized something. If I go back to here, UV editing, yeah, the faceplate is tiny. I don't know what I was thinking. Select this, and we're going to go ahead and scale it to fit the UV so we can actually like do things. Something like that, I think. Save and export as FBX on Slime. And I would have liked to do it for like the body as well, but as we saw, by default, it fills in this. Oh well, okay. So what I can also do is grab this, go to UV image. No, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it UV? Is it render export UV layout? That might be it. And raw art. Let's call it slime face. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this right there, and then Photoshop, open that up, and we'll give it something. We'll give it some sort of eyes. Wait for that to open up. Photoshop, here we go. Let me just open up my things. Unity project, 30 years, raw art. Slime face PNG, open. Here we go. Bring this back over here. So we now have the faceplate. And we're going to... I'm going to have this on the other screen, but I'm just going to try to recreate this like badly. And then we'll have a face to play around with. So let's go ahead and just take a color. I can't take it from the other screen, of course not. That would be too helpful. I'm just going to vaguely give it the color blackish, and then go ahead and just make myself some little eyes. No stroke. Shape is a circle. All right, let's add a new layer. Here we go, and we're going to. Oops. Bring this to the middle. Bring this to the middle to give me some guides. And something like this. Here we go. That's good. Let's also make the little, I don't know, they're like cheek marks maybe? Create ellipse. Something like this. And then something, ooh. Oh, that kind of works, but that's not good. Okay, we're getting there. A little bit off the middle. Something like this. Something like that. If I can stop clicking on things. I think that's pretty good, actually. I'm going to move these slightly. Just outwards a little bit. And then duplicate it on the other side. So let's duplicate, and how would I easily in Photoshop duplicate this? I can scale it. I can select the two of them, go into transform scale, and like do this. Ew, that's not right. Okay. Here maybe? Oh, it's holding on to this, eh? Y width is 100. X is that. What if I just put minus? Did that work? No. No. Okay. So select these two. Make a new one. How do I do this? So like 2 off, I guess. Something like this. Probably right here. And I guess I'll move it by hand. Here we go. And then I can take the elliptical ones, move it over here, and bring it to be about like this. That looks okay. That looks okay. Okay, so save. Save as. Not in raw. Let's go over to assets, art, 3D, slime, and in here we're going to have slime face. Fantastic. That's the wrong button. This one. This one's what I'm looking for. Okay, so slime face is going to let's go in here and just go ahead and let me remember how to do this. Artistic 2D. Oh, it's been a few months since I've done this and I am struggling. Okay, texture 2D. We're gonna call that I can't remember what the default name people give this. I think it's main text. And then I do this here. And then I drag this to a 2D sample 2D. Yes. Okay. And we can put this here. RGBA is there. So normal, metallic, ambient occlusion, etc., etc. Graph settings, I probably didn't set it to transparent, so let's do that. Material lit, universal, that's fine. Precision simple, that's fine. Render, depth, tangent, fragment shader. It's in this fragment shader. Lit, opaque. There it is, transparent. Alpha will be alpha out here. And the main text by default, we're going to go ahead and do slime face. That's interesting. This is also interesting. Okay, sure. Let's just see what happens. Go into scene view. Okay, that hasn't taken, so let's go into here. I have a main text, it's empty for reasons. Slime face. Oh, there we go! Oh my gosh! We have a slime, and we can kind of sort of see the eyes from the other side. Maybe it's best if I make it unlit. Okay. Slime face. Let's go here and make it unlit. Save asset. There we go. Now I can see it from both sides. And there is this weird effect. Nice. Yeah. There's a weird effect. I see white. I don't know if you guys can see it on stream. But there is like this white effect underneath, and I'm not sure that's normal. Slime face. Let's see. Surface type transparent. Blending mode alpha. Sure. Alpha clipping. I can kind of see the white here. That's not good. Let's try it anyway. Put alpha clipping on. It may just have to do for now. What might be interesting down the line with shaders is to give this like a depth, I guess, an actual physical presence, and not just be a 2D texture. But I think for tonight that'll be enough. Yes, YouTube, I am still listening to the music. Here we go. Okay, so we're started. I'm thinking maybe the eyes, I've made them too close, like to the head. So let's go into modeling. Select here. Oops, no. Select this. This. I should be able to just do something like this. Just so they stick up a little bit more. Straight up a little bit more. Let's give it a save. Go over to export, FBX, slime, sure. And come back to here. You're going back to writing? All right. That's pretty cool. Okay, I like this a bit better for most of it. I don't like this little bit here. So I'm going to go back to Blender, undo what I did. Yeah. I should have access to these sphere, maybe? Here we go. We're going to lower that even more and rotate and pull out. I think this is fairly good. Give it a save. Export FBX. Have a good night. All right, take care. Thank you for dropping by. I'm gonna keep on working on this slime. This is fairly okay. I think we're good for now. Yeah, I think this is good for now. Okay. Let's give it a little save. And I think I may leave the slime for tonight. Simply put, I have oh my gosh, it's great. It's already great, and there's no shader on it. I have made toon shaders in the past. I could probably figure it out again. I'd have to open up a bunch of like references for how to do it, because I just realized just doing the eyes how rusty I am after like 2 months of not doing any of these shaders. So it'll probably be a little bit painful for me to just watched me struggle doing the ball shader. I can actually open it up and take a quick look. There are certain things I do know how to do, so let's have main color and drop this here, and we can just do this for now. Main color is a color, and by default it will not be black. It will be first off visible, and some form of blue. Sure, some form of blue. I think that's pretty good. Saturation, color. Here we go. Now we have some form of blue. It's actually a little bit darker and a little bit more subdued in the anime. So we're going to do that real quick. Metallic smoothness, emission, ambient occlusion. I think for now this is going to be how it's going to stay. Ideally, I'd be messing around and creating like this effect where it looks like certain parts of it is deeper than the other, and also have like an outline. But like I said, we're not doing that tonight. That's just a recipe for me getting angry. So slime, we just move here for now. Just chill out. There we go. And now we're going to try to fix a few things, namely the grass, because when it's on a slope, it doesn't follow the slope and it just kind of sticks out a lot. And it's been bothering me for a while now. So I am going to look it up. I have no idea how to fix that. So Unity grass follow slope. And I think implemented scope correction. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I think that the main fix would be just to have it so that when it's on a certain slope, it doesn't spawn this kind of grass. But let's see what other people have done. Yeah, why not? I'll just show what this guy's doing. So this guy, I don't want sound though. Yeah, look at that. Based off of the slope, the grass actually mostly changes. At least the flowers are pointing upwards. Huh, okay. That might actually be what we're looking for. I think that's just someone showing off that he has it always pointing up, which is actually the problem in our case. We don't want it pointing up all the time. We want it to actually follow the slope. Oh. Okay. Certain people are looking at like using the normal of the slope and having it appear or not appear, which is what I was thinking. Let's go for this. Select paint details. Select one of the grass and just give it a little edit. Whole noise, max height, max width, min width, details prefab. Using this vertex lit. Okay. Let's target terrain collider. Paint details to paint details, hold shift and erase control to, yeah. Terrain settings, tree detail object. Tree distance, billboard start fade. Wind on grass. Blending size speed. I am not actually sure how to do this. Alright. More Google searches are in order. Okay. Huh. So, what I'm getting from what I'm reading is there's no proper answer to this without doing some crazy coding and stuff. But a simple answer would be to just use meshes that aren't quite as big. Let's select this for a second. Edit. Min width, max width, let's say like 0.1 and max width 1 and apply. That doesn't work. Brush size, make it a little bit smaller. Undo. Undo. Grass 1, grass 1. Ah, okay. So, if I was to make it smaller, it would sort of work. I just have to place a lot more of them. Okay. Okay. That's not a stupid call. I just don't really like it as an answer. Because technically it would still be a problem. Like it wouldn't be following the slope of this grass. I think it may be a more complicated issue than I realize. Because I would need the bottom of the grass to follow the slope, but the top of the grass to always point upwards. So I think the best answer is the simplest, to just use meshes that are much smaller. Grass prefab right there. You have grass 1, grass 2. And these are prefabs, correct? Open. Yeah, these are prefabs. So grass mesh here. There we go. There are LODs. Interesting. Okay. So let's show an Explorer. And we're going to, it's an FBX. We're going to go ahead and just, once again, save this and go over to Open. And I'm going to grab the placement of this, drag it here. Or not. Nature. Oh, it would be an import. Okay, so let's do new, general, sure, remove everything. And import FBX, this, grass, import FBX, aha! Okay, So all I really need to keep is the center. Here we go. No. What is this? LOD? Yeah, we're not using these. Okay, so grass mat. Let's put it into this mode, and let's just take all these faces off and just keep the very central places. Vertices, and vertices. So we only keep this little bushel here, and then we're going to absolutely spam the scene with them and hope for the best. Alright, so export. Let's have a save as, actually. Raw art. We're gonna just say grass 01. Save. And we're going to export FBX. Let's go back one, assets, art, environment. Just here, I guess. So yeah, only the mesh. Apply, don't animate. Here we go. And now if we go back here and select, say, the terrain. Oh no, I was gonna say I think my stream just crashed for a second, but it doesn't seem like it has. So edit this and select grass 01. Apply. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. So let's undo that. Edit. Grass 1, apply, bring that back. However, we're going to go over here to grass, and we should have access to the prefab. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab grass 01 and put it in as such, and we're going to copy the material and add it here, and then we're going to simply remove this, so we only keep this grass. Suntail foliage, and can I copy this? Copy material properties and paste material properties. Okay. Interesting. Let's remove that. Remove that. So we only have this. And now if we go back, oh! We have removed all the grass. Render component is missing. Okay. I did it wrong then. So let's go back to grass 1. We're going to undo some stuff. Hopefully I am allowed to do that. I am not. Cool. Copy component. Paste component as new. Mesh renderer, and over here we're going to copy this as well, and we're going to add it in as a new. Wonderful. Copy component and paste component values, and then I can get rid of that. There we go. And now if I go back, oh my gosh. What have I done? All right. And the reason for that I think, is that grass 1, its model scale factor is at 1. So if I bring this here and I apply it, and I scale in, now we're getting somewhere. If I go back to grass 1 and I reset everything, okay, now we have this once more. So if I go back to grass 01, I should be able to rotate this, shouldn't I? Or not. Apply? No. Read right. Let's just undo that. Smoothing angle. Rig animator. No. So grass 01. No. At the base, grass 01 is like this. And the reason for that is unknown, because it's not like that here. Export FBX, apply transform. Up is Y up. Okay. Here we go. Z apparently. Let's try that. Is that a thing? Oh, it did turn. It's just not turned the right way. Export FBX. Y forward. Let's try that. There we go. So if I go to grass 1 now, everything is okay. And if I go here, they are indeed pointing in the right direction. Good. So if I select terrain, I select grass 1. Oh, grass 2 is actually using the same. Okay. And I add some in. Okay. Target strength, brush size, edit, noise seed, noise spread. Let's have it at like 0.5 for spread. Apply. And here we go. Now we can place a little bit more down. And number 2 as well, add those in. And because they're smaller, they don't stick out as much, so they're a little bit less bad. It's still not good as far as I feel. So what other options are presented here? Well, what I could do is go over here, put myself in transform mode, put myself in side view, go ahead and grab just these and simply move them down, and simply move these up a little bit as well so they stick in the ground. Let's see what that gives. Export FBX, grass 1, export, and if I go back into Unity, now they should actually come out of the ground. I don't hate it. But I still need them closer together, more clumped. So let's do, for the seeds, here we go. And now I should have them a little closer. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like it's working correctly. Min width, max width. I think this is from one from another. No, that can't be right. Noise seed, noise. Let's add another 0 maybe. Apply. Oh, there we go. Just needed less opacity rather. And then I'll just go ahead and add this around. There we go. And put that all over. There we go. Add the grass. Add it everywhere. Make it a little bit bigger, the brush. There we go. There we go. Everything is fine. And I also have a few taller brushes, so let's just add a little bit of this here and there. Kind of at random, I guess. And now if I come in, I can add some grass over here, just up on the edge here. And here we go. And now if I come to the side, it doesn't just like float like it was doing. It's still not the best. Hold shift and I can erase some. Okay, let's get rid of some. It's still not the best because there's a lot of like spaces in between them. I could make the opacity even like less or more. I'm not sure what you'd consider that. There we go. And then just like absolutely fill it up with grass, at least close by. But yeah, you see it doesn't float as much anymore. It's a little bit better. So let's scale on back, increase the brush size, and hope I don't crash it through the creation of way too many grass. There we go. Something like that. Just make it come up to the sides here. And yeah, we've got grass for days. Like that. Something like this. Like that. I don't know how hard this is going to be on my processor, I'm not going to lie. Probably not the best. Okay, sure. So give it a little save and let's take a look. Let's take a look in game. If I can get untangled with all the cables before I take the headset out and proceed to get more tangled with extra cables. There we go, controllers in hands. Wait for the controllers up. Headset. Just take my earphones off as I put this on. There we go. Oops. Put my earphones back on and attempt not to fall as I move around with all these cables. Alright, so check out game, play maximized, perfect. And let's go into VR. Here we are. Oh, still got some stuff to load. Got a house. Got some grass. Let's take a look around. Oh yeah, this is much better. Like the grass, I know in my head that I've done some weird stuff to get it to look like this, but it's much better now that it's not just sticking out constantly. Okay. So, what I think I'm going to do, actually, is have another little tour. I've done some pretty frequently, but what I've never done is actually like record the tour so that I can show people what I've been up to without them seeing the stream. So I'm going to do that right now. I'll start recording, and I'm just going to give a full-on tour of what the project looks like so far, what I've been working on, and once I've done the tour, I can look at something else to work on for the rest of the evening. There's another full hour, so there's loads of time. Start recording. Alright. So I've been working on this little project in VR for quite some time now. And while we're streaming, I decided to give a proper tour for anyone who has never seen the stream before. So, this is my world in VR. And I have some nice clouds that we made a while back. We have some rolling hills with some grass that moves in the winds. I've been making this house that is set to look, well actually the house and the environment is set to look a lot like an anime called I've Killed Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Power Level, or something like that. And so this is the house from that. I have hands. They kind of react to my VR interactions. I can pick stuff up. So I got my fork. I can hit stuff with it. There you go. I have an inventory system that's still in development, but I have my hungry orb that sort of follows my hand around with a bit of a slow effect so that it feels magical. And if I put things in it, it actually holds on to my item for me. So I can take items, put it in, take my fish. I have started on the Hungry Orb a shader effect that I haven't completed yet, but with the fish in particular, when we move the point towards it, you see it reacts to it. And eventually that's going to be for every item. So when we move it sideways, not just this one specific point, it's going to do this effect and try to like eat the item. And of course the fish, put it in, drop it in over here. I can take it back out, drop it in again. There we go. Other than that, tonight I started work on this little slime buddy down here. That Etienne has generously said that he would help me animate it once I get to that point. It still needs some shader work. It needs some work for the face. I'm not super thrilled with how flat the eyes are. I'd like it to be a little bit more volume to it. But I'll see what I can do as we move forward with that. Other than that, we can actually go into the house. Here we go. I can grab the door and open it up with my hands. Move on into the house. Leave the door open, that's fine. So I have an entire interior for the house. The lighting in the house is still a bit wonky, and I'm not sure exactly why. But I started building some basic fireplace for the house, and I'm going to be doing all the items that we need for the house in due time. These doors here as well are interactable, so I can open it up. I'm actually hitting a real world door, I think. Just move on in. We have, oh, that's my lamp. Let me just figure out where I am in the real world here. There we go. Sorry for the confusion. And I'm back into the center of the room. Okay. So we have a little kind of magic-y area because the main character in the anime is like some sort of witch. So I have like a little alchemy area that I've started placing stuff down, do some magic. Nothing is interactable here yet. Go back out. Let's go upstairs. We have a little kind of reading area here, I guess. So, you know, you can sit down and read by the candlelight that's currently glitching out a little bit. And of course, there is also the bedroom. Once again, the door is interactable. So we can go to sleep over here, and so on and so forth. Please stop turning. There we go. So there we go. That's the tour of what I've worked on so far. There's actually a day-night system in place that sort of works. So if I change the time of day, it does go to a night sky. I can actually show that now. Just go into Unity real quick. Take maximize off. And polyverse skies, time of day. So I can't move this, update lightning. It doesn't want me to. Okay, I'll come out and show what the effect is. There we go. So I can bring it to nighttime. I guess it's currently like updating in game when I was having it play, so it wasn't allowing me. But we have the stars, we have the moon instead of the sun. Say sun and moon. And it isn't set quite yet, but I can actually move the sun and move in the sky. Sun over here. Rotate. So, let me see if I can put myself in a position where I can show this off. The sun is back there. If I change the sun's position, not only the lighting, but the physical sun in the sky actually changes. So that's not quite set yet where I have time. I may be doing this tonight. But that is the point where I'm at this time. Of course, everything is in VR. Stop recording. There we go. So I'll be able to, if ever anybody asks me again what I've been up to, I'll be able to show them that little recording to them. And yeah, as I was saying in the recording, I think that's what I want to do. I want to mess around with the night sky right now that we've got the grass in and that we have at least the beginning of a slime going. I think that might be good. Plus, I think it'll be a little brain dead. Hopefully very simple. Hopefully. But probably a lot less math heavy than what I wanted to do with the item inventory shader thing. Alright. Polyverse skies. Time of day. Daytime. That's what I needed to change down here. And you see we have the time multiplier. Let's give it a quick test. What's up? Just Luna?
Now we have the door.
Okay.
But now she's like, so what? Want me to leave the door closed?
Huh?
Keep the door closed?
Well, it's because I'm talking.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Leave it open then. Everybody's here. It's the place to be. Here we go. And we're back. let's give it a test. The time multiplier stuff. I don't know if this is going to work without me having it on my face. Here we go. Let's see what it looks like. See, time is changing. Oh, we have the moon moving in the sky. And how does it change? Is it... Yeah, it's really a cut right now. What happens if I do update lighting? Okay. I just realized that the moon doesn't cast a shadow. Alright, good to know. Ada says hello. All the cats have come in now. Right. Let's leave it at the time multiplier as is for now. Select the... It does say soft shadow. Let's take a look at in-game what happens with the actual object, game object for the time of day. It doesn't turn off or on. This one definitely casts shadows. The sun. Strength 1. Then we have the moon. Okay. And they are moving in the sky. They're making the trees freak out. Okay. And it might be because the sun is actually doing that weird effect with the lighting. Let's take a look. Okay. I think it's been a while now, but I think what I have to actually do is make changes in the sun and moon myself. Is there a spot I can place this so that Ada can stay on the chair? There we go, I think we're good. Yeah, because the difference is essentially not huge. If I turn off moon right now, what happens? Oh, they're both on all the time then. Okay, maybe I'll add an extension. Well, not a real extension, but just an extra script. Time Manager. Okay, let's take a look at Time Manager. Maybe I can add to it? Let's see, how does the Time Manager work? And is it easy enough to mess around with so I can like actually turn down the time of day header? I may have done this. Target, sun angle, set it, and then if time of day is more than 24, bring it back. Otherwise, the angle equals that. That looks like code I made. Okay, this must have been it then. Alright, so what do we have? We have lights, we have sun and moon. What I'm going to do in that case is, no, I'm not going to update, is I am going to... Hello, Luna. Please don't break the printer. Okay, she wants out. going up. No, there we go. Is I'm going to make them lose intensity when they're like underground, so to speak. So time of day. Oh, time of day equals 1, time of day equals 0. Else time of day equals 1. So if it's less than this, but it's more than this, the time of day is 0. And the time of day, 0 is daytime, 1 is nighttime. That's why it was setting itself to absolute values. Okay. I think I remember doing this now. So, this is the daytime. Else, if daytime is less than 7, right? So we'll give it like maybe 2 hours, less than 8. We'll give it 2 hours to kind of go from day to night, and then 2 hours to go to night, from night to day, is what I'm thinking. So, daytime, let's say float dawn, I think that's correct, equals that minus 6. So it should start at 0, and then it goes up to 8. So that's 2 hours. So dawn goes, right now it's going to go from 0 to 2. So dawn divided equals 2. So that should bring it down from 0 to 1. And the sky time of day equals dawn. So that goes from 0 to 1. So it's going to go from, let me double check. I'm getting confused in my things. 0 is day, 1 is night. And we want it to go from 1 to 0. So we want it to actually go the other way around. Dawn minus, it goes from 0 to 1. We want it to go from 1 to 0. Equals 1 minus dawn. I think that's correct. Okay, let's see. Let's see if the sky changes correctly. I'm not sure it will, but we're about to find out. Okay. Okay, we want dawn, so we want it over here. And it should smoothly go to 0 from 1. Let's see. This may be too fast to check. Oh, that worked. That worked perfectly. Okay, so far so good. Good. Well, I wasn't expecting that to work that well. And now we want to do the opposite. Else, if this is 20, let's give it to 20, so like 10 o'clock. 20. And we're going to double this, and we're going to call it dusk and it's going to be a little bit different. So dusk equals minus 18, and dusk divided by 2, and I think that's what we want. We actually do want dusk to go from 0 to 1 this time, because it should already be at 0. All right, let's take a look. And it's going to dusk, it's going to nighttime, and then it should be going to daytime with the moon and the sun changing. Here we go, we have daytime, and let's see how it reacts over here actually. That's actually pretty perfect. All right. All right. There we go. Yeah, I like it. The next thing to do will be to shut off the lights at the designated time. And we're probably going to reuse the map that we just created. So sunlight, if I go here and I write intensity and I put it to 0, it just goes away. Okay. So we're going to attempt to change the intensity for the emission of the light. I'm not sure if this is a thing that works. So sunlight, we're going to do sunlight dot intensity. Oh, intensity, here we go, equals dawn. Right, and I guess the moonlight should equal dusk. No, let's not worry about that for now. Okay, here we go, and once again, and we're going to use dusk, and we're going to put this to this is in the evening, so this is going to be 0 intensity in the evening, and over here 0 intensity during the evening, and during this time here it is going to be 1 intensity. And we're going to do the same for the moon, but opposite. The same but different. Here we go. And I can put this right up here, actually. That's sunlight. We want moonlight. We want this here, and it's going to be moonlight. So this is as such, and this is as such, and this is after here, dusk, 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 and we're going to have moonlight intensity be 1 over here, 0 over here, and 1 over here. I think I did that correctly. I'm impressed with myself if I did. So let's give it a little play. There we go. Get out of game mode, because what we want is scene mode to see if this is working correctly. This is the sun. Right. So I think I've already seen it doing it incorrectly. It should be going from 0 to 1 now. Let's see. It's doing the opposite of what we want. Okay. And let's see the moon. So the moon should be at 0. It should be going from 0 to 1 very soon. And they're both inverted. Okay. Well, that's not the end of the world, really. That just means that I have to take this and put it here, and then take this and put it here, and the same here. So sunlight intensity is going to be going here, and moonlight intensity is going to be going here. Give it a little save, go into here, and give it a little play and see what we get. Maximize. Here we go. So this should be going from 1 to 0. What? 0 to 1, I'm sorry. This should be going from 1 to 0. That one is correct. That one is correct. Now it should be going from 0 to 1 very soon. That is correct. Okay, I just missaw it. So this should be going from 0 to 1 in the morning. That looks correct. And then very soon it should be going from 1 to 0 in the evening. There we go. Okay, okay. So we do actually have moonlight now. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but we do have something that sort of works. Okay, okay. It needs some more refinement. But it is doing what I'm asking it to do, which is the main thing here. I know there's a button for update lighting, but I also remember it going absolutely haywire. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Maximize scene. Yeah, it's a pretty sharp cut right now. And I think the other issue is, like, in the evening, we're supposed to have starlight that's making some of the light. And that's simply not the case right now. It really is just the moon. Okay. Also, there is... I was gonna say there's a dead time, but that's not quite true. They should be, like, changing intensity at the same time in opposite sides and opposite directions. Yeah, I tried to do some math here. Let's just not touch that. Okay. I did succeed in what I set out to do, so maybe I should just be happy with that right now. We do have sun and moon moving in disguise over time. I can make it much slower. Let's see what that gives us now. Yeah, it is moving in the sky, and you see the time is going up. So we do have a day-night cycle, and it sort of kind of works. as is. All right. I'm going to save it. Going to go over here. Just going to have day-night cycle plus grass fix plus slime placeholder. Cool. Check-in changes. I seem to have forgotten that. Forgot these. Check-in changes. There we go. Cool. And now that I say this, I'm actually not sure what to do next. I can... There's not even half an hour, it's 20 minutes left. There's not really much time to do much of anything. What could I do? I could add some stones and stuff. Let's do some decoration. Let's have a second one of these. We're gonna move this off into the field, give it a little rotate. Maybe something like this. Give it a little scale. And just place this off in a field. Just stick it in the ground. Just so that it's not endless fields with absolutely nothing. We could also add some more trees. Are the trees broadleaf? Yeah. These ones aren't. Okay, these are part of the terrain. Let's add some more stones then. More stone. Let's go over here. It's gonna be a big old stone. It could be a standing stone. Standing stones are pretty cool, right? Something like that. Just to break up the monotony a little bit of the ground, I think. Because right now it really is just like endless fields with nothing. Move this over here. Oops, move this down here somewhere. Move this out here. Down, 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 and into the ground. Give it a rotate. Give it a scale. Stick it into the ground somewhere. Yeah, like that, I guess. There we go. We could add some more trees. We could also I was gonna say terraform. That's not really the word I'm looking for, but like make it so it's not quite as rolly hills. I know in certain games that I've been seeing, like World of Warcraft, back in the day, it was essentially this. They had these endless rolling hills. And every mountain, every side of it, everything was just like a blob sticking up, and they had changed the styles as things progressed. Let me see if I can find an example of what I mean. Right. This image here. It sends me to a Reddit post. That's not what we want. Can I just want the image. Copy image, paste, right. Okay. So like old school WoW was like this. You had just rolling fields, rolling hills, and every little blip and stuff that brought up, it was just like a rounded blip with a bit of a color change. And then as things continued to change over time, and they kind of refined their styles and stuff. Let me find a good example of what I have in mind. Let's say this one here. Yeah, that's fine. Copy. Let's go over here and paste. Right, so eventually they started doing a lot of this, whereas they had relatively flat terrain, and then they had like these big jutting cliffs with other flat terrain kind of breaking it up. And the end result I find is a little bit better than just having like slow slopes everywhere. So I think that's what I'm going to want to mess around with here. I'm just having trouble, I guess, imagining it in my head. So maybe I'll just have to go for it and we'll see where that leads us. Just gonna give it a save. Highlands Unity, yep. Save spot in case I break it all. Okay, so now we select this, go to the inspector, go to the terrain. Brush size we're going to lower a lot. That may actually be too big. Let's make the maximum size like 100. We're not going to want to go over 100 right now. So like this is 100. It's pretty huge. Let's go for something like maybe this. And I'm thinking that something like that. I'm thinking that we already kind of have a slope when it comes off. So what I can do is just lower the brush size a little bit more. Brush rotation, brush spacing, target strength, brush strength. Lower the brush strength a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and make like little tiers, I guess. Paint texture, razor lower, smooth height, stamp terrain, erosion, effects, contrast, sharpen, peaks. Oh, that's interesting. Slope flatten. What is slope flatten? Let's do a little test here. Okay. I really do wish that I had a view that was like more precise of the terrain. Let me see what I can do. Increment snapping, no. Visual grid, no. Local center pivot here. Wireframe? Oh, that's way too much. Shaded wireframe, that's not the worst. Okay, so what exactly is this doing? The slope flatten. I'm not quite sure. Sharpen peaks, contrast. Terrace? Okay, we have a huge cut there, but I can like make this as a kind of terrace thing. I might not have the mesh required to do the effect I was hoping for. Okay, if I go here in settings, can I just change this area right here? Because it is absolutely enormous. Maybe I can have just this one be more detailed, and then have the ones further along be less detailed. Okay, let's see. Tree distance, billboard, wind, mesh resolution. I think that's what I want. Detail resolution. Let's make this like 2000 by 2000. Oh, that is the physical distance, isn't it? Okay, that's not what we want. So resolution here will be like 2048, perhaps? I didn't see a difference. It just removed the... Okay, let me read this. The number of cells in a single patch. Okay. 64. Times 2. Do I need to apply, or did that do a difference? I can't tell now. 48. I can't see a difference. All right, times 2 and times 2. Like, I can't in any way see a difference. Okay, well, I'm going to assume that that's not what I want then. Texture resolution. Base map distance. The maximum distance at which terrain textures will be displayed at full resolution. Okay. Detail distance. Distance from the camera beyond which details can be culled. Detail density. The number of detailed grass objects. Okay, this is for trees. The size of the terrain in world units. Okay, terrain height. The number of cells in which a single patch mesh. This value is squared to form grids of cells and must be a divisor of detail resolution. Okay. Detail resolution. The number of cells available for placing details onto the terrain tile. This value is squared to make a grid cell. Okay. But, like, if I go here and I do 2, right? And then I go here and I do 2. It has done nothing as far as I can tell. Height map resolution. Control texture resolution. What about if I, like, double that in every case? There isn't like a... There isn't like a apply. And if I just go on to do this and I start messing around, it's changed nothing. Okay. Well, it is almost 9 o'clock. And this may be where I stop it for tonight. I would like to say that I'm going to take a look at this like this weekend and figure out what's wrong and so on and so forth. There's been a lot going on outside of, you know, streaming recently. So I'm not sure if that will hold true. We may just come back to this next time and I'll try to figure out how to mess around with the terrain. Yeah. Alright, let's add that into the to-do list. Slime modeling. I'm going to leave that there for now. Grass angle fix. I think we can consider this fixed. Let's just remove it. And we're going to add in close terrain rework as such. Okay. And change this to be shaded so it's pretty. Give it a little save. Go to plastic. I don't think I actually changed anything, but let's just say changed something, question mark. There we go. So this is where I'm going to leave it for tonight. Etienne, thank you for showing up and telling me that I'm doing everything wrong. And thank you to anyone else listening to this at a later date. I stream these every Tuesday evening at 7 till 9. That's like, I think it's Eastern Standard Time. It's the one for like New York and Quebec and all that. So yeah, if you want to come in and join up and just say hello, or David, why are you doing it this way, then feel free to. It's always makes streaming a lot more fun. So until next week, I'd just like to say goodbye.